Hi, everyone, and welcome to Shadowing with Izzy. This is the perfect place to stop translating in your head and start speaking with natural fluency. You are in the right place to build muscle memory for intermediate English today. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to express our opinions confidently and politely. I will speak a natural sentence. Then there will be silence. In that silence, repeat exactly what I said, trying to copy my rhythm and flow. Remember that fluency is about training your mouth muscles, not understanding every single grammar rule perfectly. I speak English smoothly and naturally every single day. My confidence grows when I practice my speaking skills. I am training my mouth to sound fluent and relaxed. Let's start by looking at phrases for stating your personal opinion clearly. From my point of view, this project is a huge success. To be honest, I think we need a completely different strategy. As far as I am concerned, we should wait until tomorrow. I honestly believe that hard work always pays off in time. It seems to me that everyone is doing a great job. If you ask me, this is the best coffee in town. I strongly believe that we need to change our current approach. Personally, I feel that learning a new language opens many doors. I am convinced that we will finish this on time today. In my opinion, we should focus on improving our customer service. Great job! Now let's practice how to ask for someone else's opinion. What do you think about the new schedule for next month? I would love to hear your thoughts on this recent update. Do you have any strong feelings about the proposed budget cuts? How do you feel about working from home twice a week? Can you share your perspective on this rather complicated situation? Would you mind telling me your honest opinion about my presentation? What is your take on the recent changes in the company? Are you on board with the new marketing strategy we discussed? I'm curious to know where you stand on this issue. Do you agree that we need more time to finish this? You are doing absolutely wonderfully so far. By repeating these sentences out loud, you are building real muscle memory for fluency. Your brain and your mouth are working together to make these intermediate structures completely natural. Keep up this amazing energy as we move on to the rest of our list. Let's move on and practice some useful phrases for agreeing with others. I completely agree with what you just said about the budget. You are absolutely right, and I fully support your new idea. I share your opinion on how we should handle this problem. That is exactly how I feel about this situation right now. I am entirely on the same page as you regarding this. You make a very valid point that we should definitely consider. I could not agree more with your assessment of the project. That makes a lot of sense, so I will support you. I think you have hit the nail right on the head. Without a doubt, your suggestion is the best option we have. Fantastic work. Now let's look at ways to disagree politely but firmly. I see your point, but I have a slightly different view. I respectfully disagree because I think there is a better way. That is an interesting perspective, but I am not completely convinced. I understand where you are coming from, but I disagree completely. I am afraid I do not share your opinion on this. To be honest, I think we are looking at this differently. I cannot say I agree with your conclusion about the data. While I appreciate your input, I feel we should change direction. That might be true, however, we need to consider other options. I disagree with that approach because it seems a bit risky. Now let's hear these phrases in a real story. Sit back, Listen and notice how the words flowed together.
Do not repeat after me yet.
Yesterday afternoon, my friend Sarah and I went to our favorite cafe to discuss a new business idea. I ordered my usual latte and said, "If you ask me, this is the best coffee in town." Sarah smiled and nodded in agreement. I wanted to get her feedback on a project, so I asked, "What do you think about the new schedule for next month?" Sarah looked thoughtfully at her notebook for a moment. "Well, from my point of view, this project is a huge success so far," she began. "However, to be honest, I think we need a completely different strategy for the winter season." I listened carefully because I always value her input and honesty. "I see your point, but I have a slightly different view," I replied gently. "I strongly believe that we need to keep our current approach until January." Sarah took a sip of her coffee and said, "That makes a lot of sense, so I will support you." It was a really great conversation because we both felt heard and respected, even when we had slightly different opinions. If you ask me, this is the best coffee in town. What do you think about the new schedule for next month? To be honest, I think we need a completely different strategy. I see your point, but I have a slightly different view. That makes a lot of sense, so I will support you. Congratulations on completing this intermediate shadowing challenge today. You did an incredible job, and I am so proud of your progress toward real fluency. Every single time you practice like this, your English gets smoother and much more natural. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you again at the next exercise. Goodbye for now.